and see how they're going to play in general. So see if we can find a category that we can place them in, whether that be loose aggressive or tight passive, as we've discussed in previous series. All right. So nice to get aces early. And it's going to give us a chance to 3-bet and see how they respond to the 3-bet. Check away the king 10 on the right hand side, and I just lead. In this spot, I think it's best to just barrel off. And the reason is basically on this flop texture here, once we get called once, typically it's going to be a drawing hand or worse kings in his range. I think that we can pretty clearly bet the flop and turn here. I think that's a pretty easy flop and turn bet. When we get to the river and the main draw misses, even though there's not a lot of significant draws there, you've got hands like Jack 10, Queen Jack, 10 8, a lot of straight draws which are floating here on this board. And then a lot of them are still going to be likely in this instance to actually call another bet here. When we get to the river and them draws actually miss, it's pretty close between actually just firing off the third barrel and giving them an opportunity to bluff. What I actually elected to do, and I think that I was actually wrong in this situation, because even though there's a lot of them missed draws now, there's also a lot of hands which are calling down, like worse kings, 9x, 7x. The thing that I was thinking at the time, though, I wasn't 100% sure if we were going to get called on 3 streets by 9x or 7x. So if we are actually going to get called by them hands, then we're going to be better off just obviously firing the third barrel. We're always getting called by King X here, but there's not that many worse King X either, because King 9, King 7, King 4, King 3 obviously better, so it only leaves King 8, King 6, King 5, and King Deuce basically left. And I do kind of expect that we get raised on the flop in some cases by King X. So I think it was relatively close. I may have been better just firing off another barrel, given that he's an unknown, and see if we can get called by 9x, 7x, or one of them weaker kings. As it is, I ended up checking here, and I think he ends up checking it back, which he does. So we have 3-bet on the left, which is an easy fold.